Hello and welcome from the Sanctuary of Healing. My name is Tony Clarkson. I'm the founder. The Sanctuary of Healing offers holistic therapies and spiritual guidance, and we're based in the beautiful Ribble Valley in the north of England. Today we've got a good news story to tell, and the story is going to be told by Lisa. Hello, Lisa.
Hello. Hi.
And it's about one of the aspects of the Sanctuary of Healing. One of the things that we offer, which we call the Power of Eight. And the Power of Eight is based on hard-nosed research on healing by Lynn McTaggart, who a lot of people will have heard of. She's written several books and she's the editor-in-chief for the magazine What Doctors Don't Tell You. And basically, Lynn has proved beyond any doubt that 8 people sitting in a circle healing can produce magical results. And what we do is ask in a particular way. Now, before we start this, I have to declare that Lisa is a member of our group of 8. She sits with us in our group every Monday. And you can also be a receiver as well as a giver. And so on one occasion only, Lisa came into the group as a receiver. That is somebody who can receive the healing. So I'm going to hand over to Lisa now, and she will explain her story about what's wrong and what she asked for in the group of 8.
Okay.
Lisa.
Yes, so I was diagnosed with alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency when I was pregnant with my eldest son, so 17 years ago. My liver counts were sky high to the fact where the doctor said, do you have an alcohol problem? It was that they were that high, like the gammas and everything, the ALTs.
I think we should say you don't drink.
No, I don't. No. Well, I do, but very moderately.
Yeah.
So I went to see somebody private, and they said they did some checks on me, and it turned out that both my parents were carriers of a gene, and I had the full-blown double Z, which attacks the liver. It basically destroys the liver. The gene actually folds into the liver, so it kind of causes fibrosis and can lead to sclerosis of the liver. And it can also cause lung problems as well.
Right.
So this is what, sorry.
Is there a cure for this?
There is, no, there's more medicines for the lungs, but the liver is very, very slow. They were working on gene deficiency, not deficiency, sorry. What do you call it when you put the gene replacement therapy?
Gene replacement, yes, indeed.
But lots of trials kept failing. So, no, basically the prognosis was if my liver kept deteriorating, it would be a liver transplant later on in life if there wasn't a...
Pretty serious.
Yeah, really serious. So I then had a liver biopsy after when Bradley was born. So I should say as well that all my 3 children came early as well because of it. I got obstetric cholestasis and I went into early labour. So all my children were 10 to 11 weeks early.
Wow. And how long ago is it that you were diagnosed with this?
So I was
20.
Yeah, so I was 25, 26 and I'm 44.
Right.
So
20 odd years
yeah.
ago.
So I had a liver biopsy. It showed that I had a liver fibrosis of the liver, and they did say on scans that I had an enlarged spleen. So I'd go through fits and starts of Googling it all the time and getting myself really worked up. So then I went to see another consultant in London who said I did have I think it was just before Sophia, so maybe about 12, 13 years ago. My liver was enlarged to a considerable size, even to the size of a hefty man. My liver was quite enlarged.
Really?
Yeah. So they kept just saying, carry on as life. Just don't don't drink to excess and just be more health conscious and
manage the symptoms.
Manage the symptoms, but kind of just get on with your life.
Yeah.
So that was fast forward, a few years, and then around this time last year it was.
Yeah.
I got a letter to say I go for yearly
checkups.
Ultrasound scans. In the last couple of years, it's even more in depth, and they've got new scanners now that can really see rather than have a liver biopsy, they can really tell the thickness of the liver. So I went for a scan last November, so my letter came through about the January. Well, it must have been December. Anyway, I got a letter about a year ago today, this month, to say that my liver had gone up again. It had gone up in size,
Right.
and my liver looked like it was, deteriorating as well. There was, that both sides of it were taken, So of course I was like, oh my gosh, and I'd started coming to the sanctuary, so I knew a couple of my friends that had said that there was a healing group going on. Why don't you come in? I think it was when you literally first started, or within the first few months.
But you didn't come to the sanctuary with the issue that we're talking about.
No, it was
purely,
a by
the way.
Yeah, it was. I was just literally, I was doing some mindfulness courses. It was this was the first thing that I'd actually done.
Okay.
So, so I heard that you could come in at 4:00 and it's every 10 minutes, and I came in and it was, you held the hands, and I did literally feel the healing take place. I felt it was very I got emotional, and then I did feel things moving around the body, and I left, and I kept thinking I could feel something in my liver area. But I always remember in my diary, I wrote it down, about 9:00 that night I was in bed, and I said to my husband, I feel things shifting, and I felt immense energy going around the body, and then so shooting out on my left leg like a cold energy. Something was shifting, and more than that, in my head I knew that something had taken place and I didn't have to worry about it anymore. That's how I felt. And and I was thinking about this when I knew I was coming to see you today, I have never Googled alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency in a year. So then they called me up to go for a scan, and it sounds awful because people were watching this, but I kept putting the appointment off because I knew it wasn't a priority. So something, I was on holiday, and in the olden days I would have, cancelled, but I was like, I'm fine. So I think it was about October time, I went for a scan, and I got a letter in November in black and white that said that my spleen is now a normal size, and I had no fibrosis of the liver.
How did you feel about that?
Just amazing. Absolutely incredible.
Can't happen.
Yeah. And I have the 2 letters. So you have the black
from
and white.
From a professor?
I'm my consultant.
Your consultant.
So it's kind of, it's black and white. You can't argue with it. And I haven't changed nothing. In fact, I used to do a turmeric and beetroot juice every day, and I've probably done a handful of that in the last year.
You've lapsed.
I've lapsed.
Oh,
and I shouldn't, but I used to do that because I felt that I needed to, but I also know in the back of my mind that I'm fine. And
does that mean you can go down the pub with the lads and have a few pints now?
But but I know we keep getting such fantastic stories, but it is a miracle, but it's happening. It's happening.
Yeah.
And
I have to tell the viewers here that Lisa has gone on, like I said at the beginning, to be a member of that 8, of the group of 8, and brings to the group an enormous amount of energy that allows us to do this healing. I'd just like to thank Lisa as well for all your commitment, all your effort that you're giving to the group.
Thank you. It's my best hour of the week.
And I can meet you for a glass of wine down the pub with the rest of us now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Lisa, thank you so much for sharing this story with us.
Thank you very much.
It's such a wonderful story, and such an amazing story that your genes can be changed like that, and that you have written proof.
Yeah.
Written proof from before and after. That's incredible. Yeah. Lisa, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming today.
Thank you.